What's up, everybody? 80s Hero here. Today we're going to be doing a Sephera guide. Sephera is a utility kind of supporty mage in the early game, and in the late game she can do a lot of damage. She can actually carry a lot of team fights in the late game. If you watched my Illumia guide, Sephera is very similar to Illumia, to where she has a lot of CC. Sephera has slow with her S1, which is up very fast. So she has a lot of slow, and her second skill, she has a stun. It's a pretty big circle around her, so you can stun multiple targets. And her third skill, her ultimate, is an AoE heal, and if it hits your allies, it heals you and your allies. If it hits the enemy, it damages them. So early game Sephera is you have to play her very safe. She's very squishy, so you have to play her kind of just as a utility. She can't really do much on her own. So you have to play around your team. And then late game, once you build those items, once you get your third, your fourth item, you're going to be doing a lot of damage. So she actually turns into a carry, a lot like Illumia. If you guys haven't watched my Illumia guide, go ahead and watch that. They're very similar mages. So let's get right into this. We're going to start with the build. You can go Phoenix tier first item, and then flashy boots. Some people build Orb of Magi. It takes a little bit longer for her to come online and turn into that carry role that she is. So I like going, it depends on who's on the enemy team, if they have a lot of burst or not. It depends on what I'll build. But you're not really going to be doing too much burst damage until you get your third and your fourth item. That Hecate's, that boomstick. That's when you're really going to come online. That's when you're going to start doing a lot of damage. So until then, just play safe. I'm going to run 10 Violet, 10 Benevolence, and 10 Flurry. Just a generic standard Mage Arcana. And we'll get right into the game. We're going to be playing against Tulin mid. I personally feel like Tulin Sephera is it's an interesting matchup because Sephera can win that lane because she has more poke than Tulin from a safe distance. But if you let that Tulin get on you, he's actually going to win the lane. So you got to make sure that you keep your distance and you poke as much as possible, as often as possible. Sephera in the early game is kind of mana dependent, so you got to be careful on how you're using your spells. If in this video I actually run out of mana while we're invading because I'm poking so much, so I should manage it a little bit better. I didn't realize we were going to invade for like 20 minutes. So we're getting right into this. All I'm doing is I'm clearing the wave, trying to poke as much as possible. If you can poke and clear the wave, you're doing a great job. You're going to be winning your lane. I'm trying to poke Tulin just as much as possible. Sephera's first skill is an AoE slow. It does damage, and it enhances your next auto attack. So try to make sure that you're landing your S1 on the enemy Tulin and getting that auto attack off, because you're going to do a lot more poke damage that way. Right there, I waited to see if he was going to run up to the wave, because Tulin has to kind of use his S2, which is his blink over the wave, to really clear the wave fast. He was smart. He knows that he's going to get outpoked, so he doesn't do that. Right now we're invading. I see that our support took their blue, so I know that we're pretty much going to win this invade, because their jungler is going to be way behind right now. And I'm just going to be poking the Tulin. He has to actually use his flicker right there, which is a huge win. We're winning, our mid lane. We're invading the jungle. We're poking out their support. Their support's almost dead. I'm out of mana here, so there's nothing I can really do here. So I'm going to go ahead and back up. I'm going to tell them to get out. We're winning. We're taking camps. We're poking out. We're winning the mid lane because we're poking them out. This is pretty good. It's looking really good for us. I know that our jungler is going to be level 4. Their jungler is not going to be level 4. So we're going to win the first team fight. Right here, I'm just trying to provide CC, slows, land my stun, land my slows. We get a kill. I'm going to flicker out of there because if the Tulin landed another S2 on me, I would have been slowed and he would have been able to get the kill. Our jungler now comes, and we've been poking him this whole time, so he's going to go ahead and pick up a couple kills. Huge win for us. Right now I'm kind of low on mana, but I want to help take this first dragon to just kind of help us snowball out of control. Our jungler is Aquilin, very snowbally hero. If he doesn't snowball, it's going to be a bad game. If he snowballs, it's going to be a very easy game, especially with a Sephera mid, because not only am I going to be able to provide that utility mage in the mid lane, but I mean in the mid game, but I'm going to be able to carry in the late game. Our support's kind of out of place right here, so he gets picked off from the Tulin. I'm going to back up because I don't want to scare the Tulin away, and our jungler picks up the kill, so this is huge. This is perfect for us. Right now, I'm just going to try to poke their jungler as much as possible. I'm just going to try to poke as much as possible, be as safe as possible. I do have my ultimate, so I can get out of trouble if I need to, but it's a long cooldown on your ultimate, so you don't really want to use that ultimate on Sephera unless you absolutely have to, or if you're gonna win a team fight. I'm really low on mana, so I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna get full mana here. They want to invade, but our jungler is on the opposite side of the map, so I use this time to back and regenerate my mana in the fountain. I'm gonna go back to mid. I'm going to clear my mid wave. I see that Quillen's coming, so I'm going to go ahead and CC Tulin. He has to use Flicker, I believe, right there. So that's a win for us. I'm not sure if he used Flicker there. I'm pretty sure he did, actually. I'm just going to poke as much as possible. I know that I have my ultimate up, so I can play as aggressive as possible. Our Quillen is able to pick up the Tulin because we were able to poke him down earlier. I'm going to use my ult here to damage the Wukong because he's invisible. And we're able to CC him and give our Quillen all of the kills so he can snowball out of control this game. Clear mid. They have 3 dead. Had 3 dead. Their mid's going to come back. My support wants to invade. I kind of wanted to continue to poke the tower. Because Sephera is really weak at invading. She doesn't do any burst damage in the early game. It's just very slow sustained damage. So luckily we're able to CC the Wukong and take his blue and take a small camp, but as you can see, that took a long time. I don't recommend invading without your jungler as Sephera ever, to be honest, until the late game, until you get your Hekates and your boomstick and you're doing a lot of damage. So right now we're going to take mid tower. I'm going to try to poke them out as much as possible. I'm kind of in a scary position, but I know that I have my ultimate and I have my flicker, so I have multiple escapes. I'm going to use my ultimate to poke and regenerate my own life. Our Yorn is in a lot of trouble, but luckily I'm Sephera, I'm utility. I have a lot of slows, a lot of stuns, so I'm going to be able to save his life, get him out of there. As you can see, I'm hitting as many people as possible with my S1, and we're able to get those slows and save his life. He's going in, so I'm going to... Quillen is going in, so I'm going to flicker and use my S1 to slow them so he's able to pick off kills. I'm going to stick around. We're stunning the Crash, so he gets the kill there too. I'm going to slow down the Valheim. He's able to get another triple kill. We're doing exactly what we want to do. Sit back in the team fight, use as much of our CC as possible, and we're able to get our jungler, Quillen, these kills. Zane is going to snowball out of control. He already has 11 kills. This game is looking really good for us. We're doing our job perfectly. We're gonna take down a tier 2 tower mid. A little bit afraid of the Wukong, but I have my ultimate. I have my S1. If he wants to come in, he's probably gonna get killed. We're gonna clear this mid wave, and we're gonna back off. Nothing left to do here. We're gonna take small jungle camps. We're gonna take as much as possible, everything as possible, so that their Wukong has no chance at coming back into this game. Because Wukong late game is really scary. He can one-shot pretty much everyone on our team. I'm going to go ahead and poke mid. This is a little risky, but I know that we're really far ahead so that we can get away with it. Look at... Boom. I slow Valheim. He can't get away. Quillen's on him. He's dead. I'm going to try to... What I do right here with my S2 is I zone off the Wukong, so he has a choice to make. He either takes the stun and he's dead, or he backs up, backs up to dodge the stun, and he's dead either way. So right now we're just poking. This is a little unnecessary. We do have a wave there, and our Yorn should be taking this tower, which is good for us. This is going to be 2 high ground towers. This is the first high ground tower. So that's 1 high ground tower. This game is pretty much over at this point. We've just snowballed out of control. They have no chance. It's 17-3. I'm just going to continue to poke, If this game were to go late game and I were to get a couple more items, Sephera does a lot of damage. Like I said, like Illumia, you're a support mage in the early game, and you actually start doing a lot of damage late game. So we're just going to go ahead and put this game away. Very basic, very simple game. We didn't do anything too crazy. All we did was act as a second support for our jungler so that we were able to get him a lot of kills, and he was able to snowball out of control. Like I said, if this game were to go to the late game, then we would have been able to start doing a lot of damage. This game, I believe we do the second most damage on our team. Not much less than the Quillen. You can't see because my face is in the way. I'm actually going to... move it out of the way for you. 80s can. I feel like this is it. And then where's this one? I'll move it out of the way so you can see. I can figure it out. Where's this one? There we go. Wait, no, that's not it. Base. There we go. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna actually rewind the video so you can see it. I can hit the play button. So we do more damage than everyone on the enemy team. A lot more damage, actually. They're 30%. We did way more than that. So yeah, if it were to get to the late game, if we were able to finish our Hekates and our Boomstick after our Blade of Apocalypse, I think, or Apocalypse Blade or whatever it's called, then we would have been doing a lot of burst damage because our S1 does a lot of burst damage and it's up like every 3 seconds if you land an auto attack. And we will be able to turn into that hyper carry. But we didn't need to. We supported. We played our role as the support early mage, able to snowball our Quillen. He went 14-0. We were 1-0-11. So yeah, we supported him, let him snowball out of control, and we were able to just kind of get out of control with that game. It was just a snowball game, and that's exactly how you should play Sephera. You shouldn't really, as you saw, even though we were so far ahead, when I tried to invade with my support, it took forever to take camp, so I don't recommend ever invading with Sephera unless you have your jungler there, unless you have your jungler and support there. Because you don't really do a lot of damage. You're just really CC with your slows and your stuns in the early game. And just do your job in the early game. Don't try to hyper carry with Sephera. Wait until the late game. Once you get those that 3rd and 4th item, then you're really going to be able to do a lot of damage. That's when you can start doing crazy things. That's when you can start carrying. But just take away notes when you play Sephera. Play safe. If you don't have your ultimate up, try to save your ultimate as much as possible. Only use it in team fights if you really need to burst the enemy, to save an ally, because it has a long cooldown. But when you have that ultimate up and you have flicker up, you can play very aggressive because you have multiple escapes. And if you like this video, guys, I would really appreciate a like and subscribe because I'm releasing videos every single day. And I hope you guys enjoy my videos. Leave comments to what I could do better. This video is like I'm doing something different, obviously, if you've watched my other videos. So I want your input. I want your feedback. I want to grow a community with you guys, and I want what you guys want. So let me know any suggestions or what you liked and disliked, and I appreciate it, guys.